Hey there, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising. It's Meg from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. And I'm here today doing your 2020 preview reading to kind of give you an overview of what you can expect in the year ahead. I am using a very special deck that I rarely use to get your overall energy for this. And so let's go ahead and take a look at what we have that popped up, and then we'll go through and we will cover each of the 12 months in a little more detail. We'll cover your health, we'll cover finances, we'll cover overall, well, not really finances, but your superpower for manifesting. We'll cover love and your soul's work. You have number 12, which 1 plus 2 is 3. That's a community thing. I'm actually going to read because these are so amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this thing down so you can look at the card while I am reading. I also want to let you know that you should check out your sun, your moon, and your rising. Your sun, your moon, and your rising, because you never know which one will have the best messages for you. But honestly, I feel like, especially because this is a year in the preview, that it would be best to check out your sun sign, because that is your core view. It is how you are going to feel inside. But your moon sign, you should also check out, because it's going to be how you react and feel. Oh, this is excellent. It's going to be about how you react and feel to what's going on around you. And then your rising sign, though, that's your destiny. And so you should, if you can, check the calculator below. If you know what what time and what place you were born, you can figure out what your rising sign is. And that's how the house is set up. And so that's a really great way. It's how you interact with the world, it's your personality. This is called authentic power. So Scorpio, you just had this amazing year where you did all this transformative work, and now you are stepping into your authentic power. It says physical collection, balance and agility, strength and vitality, and service to higher goals. In the prime of his life, a sleek bay stallion holds in absolute stillness the potential of all movement. So this is potential, okay? Body, mind, and spirit join forces to channel tremendous power. That is the gift. The challenge is, though, true power encompasses more than just physical fitness. Whether you're riding a horse, developing a new idea, or guiding a company, you must learn to tap potential without taxing it. So, wow. Okay, so this is a year. So the four of 2020, right? 2020 is a 4. This is a year of foundation, laying foundation, setting yourself up. You just came up this tremendous year of deep diving and really finding your way through things. And one more. And now here you are. You are standing on the threshold of really making things happen. So I'm going to pull a card here for each of the 12 months. Or they're just going to jump out at me, however that goes. While I'm doing that, I'd like to let you know that I am using these decks right here, plus these decks, in the personalized version of the 2020 reading, which is on sale through December 31st for only $20.20, $20.20. Any of my pre-recorded videos that are personalized, like the monthly one or whatever, they're all listed below. I also do a relationship one. You can get those. So you can either purchase a gift certificate and just give to somebody and let them decide which one of those they want, or you can purchase one and you can decide later which one you want. But overall, it's an opportunity to get a great value. They take about an hour at least, because it depends on what's going on with spirit. So your overall energy is intuition and manifestation. So potential, power, intuition, manifestation. This is a year where you start really creating, where you step into your power after having done all of this really, really hard work. And so this looks really good. I'm excited for you, Scorpio. You've just been working so hard. All right, so let's take a look at what we have going on here for January. And in January, it's the healing power. I'm sorry about the lighting. Just can't keep up with the way that... We have sun today, though, so I'm excited about that. All right. One more thing. Let's see if I turn this off. That does not help. There we go. The healing power. Okay, so the healing power, the healing light, sorry. So January is going to be healing. But she's holding what looks like a crystal globe. So I almost feel like the healing comes from, it looks like a globe. So I feel like the divine is healing globally, but also all of you, all the parts of you, the mental, the physical, the emotional, the spiritual. There's so much healing light being poured into your system right now. And so being open to it and think of it as like you're being charged, right? Like someone has got you plugged in and you're being charged overnight or over January for the rest of the month. Right? So you're being charged up. You're being activated because you have intuition and manifestation and really the opportunity to step into your power this year. Okay, so this is a little disturbing, but it was in the reverse, and even though I don't generally read them that way when I do these, I want you to watch out for this victim mentality. Okay, so Mercury goes into retrograde on February 1st, and that's an opportunity for, to review and to go back over things. And so there's an opportunity here for you to start feeling like a victim again, to kind of slip back, right? It's like one step forward, one step back kind of energy that happens when we go into the retrograde. And I'm trying to think for a second. So Sagittarius, second, third, fourth house of home. So you would be looking at your fourth house. Yes, your fourth house of home. So there is an opportunity to backslide a little, but honestly, that's one way to look at it. And the other way to look at it is you could use that Mercury retrograde that runs from February into sometime in March to see how far you've come. If there's anything that you haven't released or let go of, it's a good chance to do that again, to finish the process. Because look, we have the loving man coming in March. So I think that this feels unfounded. This feels like you guys have been doing such positive work, and so don't allow yourself to dwell on the negative, and do allow it to be like this. And so maybe it was intentionally like this because you're coming up out of that victim mentality. You're understanding that nothing's got you tied down that you don't want, right? You control your destiny. You have the power. You have, remember, the potential, the unlimited potential, your intuition, and you can manifest. You manifest what you're thinking about. So if you're thinking about this victim mentality, you're going to manifest more opportunities to feel like a victim. If instead you want to step into your authentic power this year, then that is what you will manifest. You will manifest the best of who you are. Now, the loving man could mean that there is a man coming into your life. If you are a man, it could mean you are the loving man. But when I do a general reading and I get the man, to me that is the giving of love, the offering of love, the stepping out there and offering yourself to a situation, and so keeping your heart open. And so there is, allow this healing to happen and allow it to flood over this victim mentality that you have going on, because when you get to April, you have the vast universe. And the vast universe is unlimited potential. You're at the beginning of creation. What do you want to create? Stepping into the power of who you are and what you want to manifest for 2020 becomes such an opportunity for you. And the way the energies are shifting, I keep seeing this. April, like there's this kind of like stuck in the mud, things aren't going so well energy at the beginning of the year. I think we get a slow start, which surprises me because we have those two eclipses, but I think maybe they knock everybody off their kilter a little, because there's that eclipses like really getting rid of the stuff that doesn't work to allow in the opportunities for new things to happen. And that eclipse in January, it's happening on the 11th, is happening in Cancer, and Cancer rules the home. And so there's a chance that it stirs something up for you. It creates some kind of an issue, a dynamic for you that needs to be released to allow it to go. And then we, of course, have Pluto in exact conjunction with Saturn on the 12th of December. And so that's Pluto rules your sign, and so it's about that deep transformative work. And so when we get to that Mercury retrograde, it might really trigger off a need to review, to revise, to go over something again that wasn't quite finished, so that you can set yourself up to start moving forward. Because when the vast universe is opening up to you in April, you want to be ready. So be willing to do the work, to let things go so that you're ready. Okay, so again, this one came up in the reverse, and I like it better in the reverse. It's fragmented energy in May. This is where you're searching for the pieces of you. These are the energies, but these are not set in stone, correct? You control, you step into your power, you initiate, use your intuition to manifest what you want and what you need. And so with this in the reverse, that means that you start to find the pieces of yourself. You start to put it together. And it's also about being focused on something. Like fragmented energy might mean that you have a lot going on. It's like having that Eight of Wands energy where things are just all over the place and you got to take care of this, you got this, and it's a 6. So it's also about finding the balance, right? And so don't let your emotions get so turbulent. It looks like there's an opportunity to have a lot of up and down this year with your emotions. Not overly surprising. You did so much hard work last year, and it's kind of like when you when you plant a seed in the ground, and as it comes up, it's tender and the roots aren't quite solid. But the thing that makes the plant more solid and stable is when the winds start blowing, and in order to hold itself in the upright position, it has to send its roots deeper. It has to make them stronger. It has to create the stability. And so that little bit of shaking, that little bit of movement actually ends up making a stronger plant. And so if you think of yourself as going through this opportunity to strengthen who you are, to really set your roots. Wow. Okay. In June, this was also in the reverse. This is loss. And the thing about loss, the thing about this loss card over most loss cards, when I think of loss, it's usually like, oh, bummer, man, that's gonna hurt. This one looks like, no, your ship has sailed, and someone's left standing behind going, wait, you left without me? And I think the answer is yes. Yes, I did. And so I think the loss, because they're sailing off into the sunrise, is you're sailing off into a new opportunity and you're leaving behind what doesn't work. And so, yes, is there a loss? Yes. Will you feel it as a loss? Yes. Did you wish he might have gotten on board with you? Absolutely. But on the other hand, if he couldn't bother to show up on time, did you really lose anything? And when I say he, it could have been an opportunity. It doesn't have to be a person. But sometimes it's about timing. And so what feels like a loss is really an opportunity to not be so burdened, but I don't think that's how you're going to feel, because now we have the decrease. Scorpio, what is going on here? Okay, so I think this summer's a little rough. We've got this fragmented energy of May, this loss in June, this sense of decrease in July. So this is your 7th house of partnership, 8th house of transformation. So letting something go in order to transform your life. The downtime during the summer. But then look, you have the new beginning that follows. So it's the death and the rebirth process. It is Scorpio. You have the new beginning that comes in August. That's in your 10th house of career, particularly if you're Scorpio rising. And so maybe it's the end of a job. Maybe it's walking away from, and so this decrease would be a decrease in finances. This could be a job that wasn't working out because you were all scattered energy and you couldn't keep your life in balance. Because the loving man is here, the opportunities and potential are here. You can create what you want this year. So what do you want to create? And then you start taking steps when we get to September. And this is positive. This is a very positive card. Taking steps toward this grand future. You know, see all the lights around her? Those are like the little golden orbs of spirit, showing you the way. And then we have the opportunity to learn. So, in October, we have teacher. And a teacher can be a mentor. It could be you being a mentor. It could be someone mentoring you. Sometimes it's spirit whispering guidance to you. We come here to learn lessons and to teach lessons and to grow. That's the big thing we're doing here, right? So look for the lessons, taking steps. So maybe you need to ask for some guidance. Maybe, okay, let's say it's a job. Maybe you need to take some retraining. Maybe you need to go back to school. Maybe you need to take an online course. Maybe that's one of the steps that you're taking to get ready. Maybe you need to learn a little something new. We have family, friends, and guides. So the teacher could be coming from anywhere. But there looks like there's a really nice support system for you. And I have to tell you that the power and the energy of the planets in October, November, and December are... This year's got a lot of ups and downs. That one's a really lot of powerful changes going to be happening there too. It's going to affect everybody. So relying on your family and your friends, connecting with spirit, and staying connected with spirit. I feel like this past year you've done a lot of work to connect with spirit. Maintaining that connection this year is going to be really important. Okay, so you have playing it safe, but it was in the reverse, and so I wonder, we'll just see what happens here. Playing it safe is not necessarily wrong, right? If everything is good and you're worried and you don't want to, but when I see that you have intuition, manifestation, and power, I'm really glad it came out in the reverse, because I'm hoping what that means is that you're like, no, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I took some steps. I learned what I needed to know. I have the support of my family, friends, and my spirit team. And I'm going to take a risk, and I'm going to try something new. Okay, so, wow, that's a lot. Okay, so, I'm using these cards to clarify and to give guidance on what it is that will help you with the different energies of these months. Courage. The overall energy is courage. So you have courage, you have potential, power, and intuition and manifestation. And so this playing it safe here at the end, I think at the end you're going to need courage to take the risk that gets you here. So this healing light that's happening here, we have strength. It says, I have deep inner strength and glorious vitality. So this could be that you need to heal from a situation physically. It could be that inner strength, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, because we also have love and compassion that came out. And so you could be healing a relationship. You could be healing your own heart, showing compassion for yourself, showing compassion for others. So it says, I am wonderful. I receive and give love today and always. And so since we have healing light, I don't know if you are coming out of a negative relationship situation, or if the relationship that you're currently in needs a little more love and compassion poured into it. But definitely also pouring love and compassion into yourself, understanding that you're strong enough to do this, counting on yourself. This victim mentality here says, I am safe and loved no matter where I am. And we have the voyage. And so this is a trip, right? This is a journey to yourself. A journey away from what doesn't work toward what does. And remember, I am safe and loved no matter where I am. So you're not a victim. You have the power. You have the ability to use your intuition to manifest. You just need the courage to take the necessary steps to get through. Oh, this is lovely. The loving man comes with abundance. All my needs are met above and beyond my greatest expectation. If you are trying to attract in a relationship, loving yourself first is the way to do it. I receive and give love. So make sure that if you're somebody who takes, that you are giving. If you are someone who gives too much, make sure that someone comes in that gives in return, right? Balance. I feel like it needs to be very balanced. So the vast universe, April looks so good for you. It has healing energy, immense vitality, flow through me easily and effortlessly. This is the power of the sun. This is potential. This is great energy. You have courage and you have this energy potential here. So I think there's a bit of healing that goes on at the first couple of months. And then I think March and April look like, okay, I'm moving forward, and I try not to get distracted. And I think the way to control your fragmented energy is by keeping a gratitude journal, writing down every day at least 5 things that you are really grateful for, paying attention and being in the moment, not looking too far back, not looking too far forward, but counting your blessings as they come along. This loss is a breakthrough. This loss is necessary. Whatever this loss is, it is a good thing, and you may not feel like it in the moment, but it is. I soar into limitless love, light, and joy by letting go of the situation that does not work, whether it's work, whether it's a personal relationship, either a family member, intimate partner, arguments with siblings, friends, whatever it is. You release yourself. It feels like a loss, but it's not. It is a breakthrough. And that is happening in June. And in June, we have 2 eclipses. We have the full moon eclipse in Sagittarius and a new moon eclipse happening in Gemini. And so it does not surprise me that you would have breakthrough energy at that time. There is an opportunity to really bust through and change your life. And so what feels like a decrease is actually a transformation. This is a good thing that's happening here. I am joyously centered and safe as wonderful changes occur around me. It is Scorpio, the death and the rebirth. It is the opportunity. So when you pull your energy in July, maybe you don't feel like going out and hanging out with everybody, and there's a lot of opportunity, but just go lay on a beach. Find some quiet time, pull your energy in, allow yourself to heal and transform, much like the caterpillar that's in the cocoon and that becomes the butterfly, right? Taking that time and that space for yourself. Taking that time and that space for yourself to heal, that's potential energy building for this new beginning. Oh my God, and you have beginning. So in case you're wondering, August is a big freaking month for you. You have new beginning and beginnings. Be willing to take the risk. Be willing. So this is that stored up energy. This is the part where you let go of the things that do not work in May and June. I think this is where you're like, okay, I can see the potential of everything here in the spring. I've done the healing. You've been healing all year. So wrapping up that healing process, stepping into this sense of abundance and allowing your energy to gather, being grateful for the changes and being willing to let go of what does not work so that you can have this new beginning. Allow it to happen. And then you start taking steps in September and we have awakening. God, I love it when Spirit does this. I am joyously awake and aware and ready for anything. That is taking steps. Dad's moving forward. You're waking up to what's next. What's next? What does your intuition say that you want to manifest? Where do you want to go? If you are not journaling, I cannot stress enough how important journaling is. So many ideas come out in journaling. When you're in the shower and an idea comes to you, get out and write it down. When you're driving, and something comes to you, as soon as you can, write it down, wherever it is, when you're walking out in nature, there's, when you wake up from a dream and you're like, oh, keep pad and pen by your bed. If you wake up in the middle of the night, write it down. So for action, It says action. I step into my glorious future with determination and power, and that's the teacher. And so I think that part of the action steps me actually gathering more information, getting some more actual physical information, doing some research, because that's, action and teacher. So either maybe, you are a teacher, but maybe you need to learn a new skill, to take an opportunity. Feels really important there. Family and friends, we have enthusiasm and guides. I celebrate everything in my life, and I live in limitless joy. Counting your blessings this year is really going to keep your energy level up and allow you to manifest positive things, because the energy right now is so potent. People are manifesting. The question becomes, what do you want to manifest? Do you want to manifest the good things, the positive things, the abundance? Okay, this playing it safe was supposed to be in the reverse because we have emerging. I am emerging into the light with joy and ease. I have the courage to step forward. This looks amazing in so many ways. I see a progression here that is beautiful. So there is going to be a big change that comes up in the spring, summer. There is. That, what would that be? The second quarter of the year. You're going to have to give something up in order to move into the next phase to get to where you want to go. But that looks really positive. Be willing to do that. Be willing to make those changes, because it looks like the payoff is really good. All right, so this card here is your manifestation card. Teacher. To know is to grow. There's something you need to know. So start looking now. I mean, yes, it's coming up in the fall, but, if I were you, I would do a little, this is teacher. So you've been learning some lessons along the way, so there's that. There's also the teaching that comes from spiritual information and downloads coming to you. But this feels very much like a need to get, to learn a new skill, or, so say it's a job, okay? Because I see a lot here that says it could be a job situation, okay? And so what do you need to know for that job that you want? And maybe now is the time to start taking action steps towards it. At least looking up where the options are. Looking up what is that job that you'd like to create for yourself and then manifest into your life, right? But what do you need to know in order to do it? And so, and it could be that you're like, well, I know I'm not happy at my job. I know I'm not happy in this relationship. I know that I'm not happy with whatever. And if you are dragging your feet about moving forward, it looks like the universe is going to clip something out of your life and send you forward. So you can make it a tower moment in your life, or you can make it a planned exit strategy. And it's truly up to you. You can do what you want. The energies are going to do what they're going to do. Your job, your responsibility to yourself when you have this kind of information and you could see it coming is to make some decisions about how you're going to manage it, right? This is a big year of change. This change that's happening this year, it's going to happen through the process of destruction and reconstruction. Things have to come apart that do not work in order to restructure things so that they do work. A caterpillar goes into the cocoon, and it's not like while he's in there sleeping, he sprouts wings. That isn't what happens at all. While he's in there, all of his cells break down, and they rearrange into this goop. They just, if you, don't ever do this, it's mean, but if you were to open up a caterpillar's cocoon, if you open up, it's just oozy, gooey stuff, because all of the cells are broken down, and then they find their way to reconnect and create the butterfly that's so gorgeous and beautiful. So without that death and rebirth process that goes on in the cocoon, without that breaking everything down to restructure it, you wouldn't have the butterfly. You wouldn't have the transformation. So something in your life, it looks like you might be hanging on a little bit still to the situation, but the change is coming. And it looks like it's happening with those, so the North Node has been in Cancer now, which is where the eclipse happened, in the North Node and South Node. So North Node has been in Cancer for a little over a year, and in May it switches, it retrogrades. It always moves in retrograde. So it goes from Cancer to Gemini. And that makes the eclipses in Gemini and in Sagittarius. And so Sagittarius is your second house. Self-esteem, self-worth, self-value, finances. And Gemini is your 8th house of transformation. You're not done transforming. You've had a big year of getting ready for it, and it looks like you're still doing the work. But the nice thing is it looks like that after you get through the summer, then the beginnings come. Then the beginnings come. And so it's kind of like last year was kind of like the leaves that die on the trees and then they fall. And then the first few months of this year is kind of like they're breaking down into the soil and they're adding to the nutrients of the soil so that your spring, which will actually be August, is when the new beginnings, that's when the shoots start pushing up through the earth for the new thing. And action steps will be necessary. So what do you need to know? Be enthusiastic about it. And then this is like a plant emerging, right? It shows a plant emerging, and that's who you are. And so you won't be playing it safe anymore. But I think there's something that you need, because you have teacher showing up twice. I feel like there's something really important that you need to know. So for healing, for your health, use your natural healing abilities. This could be physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial. Whatever you are transforming this year, there's still some healing that needs to be done, because you still have this victim mentality that you're working your way through in February, right? So heal yourself. Allow yourself, so you have the healing, and we have the healing light in January. So the first part of the year, if you can really focus on healing these things that have been driven up and stirred up over the past year, you'll know what they are. Everybody's going to be different, but you know what you've been working on. If you can just stay focused a little bit longer and then allow that transition to happen over the summer, wow, when you get to the fall, that looks really great. It really does. Awakening, action, enthusiasm, emerging, taking steps, taking a risk, manifesting. It's coming. You just have a little more work to do. So in the area of the heart, you have, I go where you go. Tell me, are you finding the occasional stranger has a crush on you? That for words you're almost mindlessly chosen, hearts broken too long begin to heal? That eyes sometimes well up with tears when it's time to say goodbye? Remarkable. Our findings exactly. This is healing in the heart space. This is asking you to tune in and be aware of what's going on, right? There's somebody, if you are coming out of a heartbreak situation, okay, this is an opportunity. There's love out there, but you need to be willing to give it in order to receive it in abundance. You need to be willing to be compassionate with yourself and with others. So I think that this is a really, it feels like an ending and a beginning. It feels like an ending and maybe not a beginning. Okay, if you're ending a relationship this year, I don't think that you are in a full-on relationship by the time you get to the end of the year. But I think that if you allow the healing to happen, you're setting yourself up to do that. I really want another card on love because that, okay, or a book. Spirit knows I get confused. Okay, you might not know now, but you will. Hubba hubba. Okay, turn on your love life. Your treasure is at hand is about somebody you already know, someone in your vicinity. And this card kind of felt like that too. Things are not as they appear. The lower the price of your love, the higher its value. So if there is someone in your vicinity and you're making them work really hard to have a relationship with you, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. The lower the price of your love, the higher its value. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So be willing to give. Okay, we're back to this. Be willing to give. The lower the price of your love, the higher its value. That's what it means. Okay, so be willing to give love so that you can receive it in abundance. It has more value when you give it away. Giving love is more important than receiving love. Okay, thank you. I was so confused. All right, and you were born with that it quality. Do you want to know what really it was really beautiful? Confidence. Do you want to know what is really powerful? Persistence. Do you want to know what is really sexy? Not needing to be needed. If still they don't notice your good looks, your strength, and your sachet, could you feel more sorry for them? All right. So self-confidence, opening your heart, turn on your love light, understanding this hubba hubba. This means there's somebody. You have the treasure at hand, hubba hubba. Where you go, I go. Think of somebody very special to you and now feel yourself bursting with love for them. Now mentally shower, drench, and soak them in that love. Now mentally shower, drench, and soak yourself in my love. Now feel it always, the universe. Yeah. So open your heart to giving love. And you will transform a love relationship this year. Okay. Wow, that was so confusing. So, for some of you, it is about love. For some of you, it looks like a career opportunity. For some of you, it's both, right? A lot of times when we transform one arena of our life, it's like a domino effect that starts transforming everything. Okay. Ooh. I'm looking at the soul coaching cards that I use. They're called the Path of the Soul. They're destiny cards. They kind of are a quick snapshot of where you are and your journey and where you're working toward. They're so interesting. So you have they're both fives. You have 32 and 41. 3 plus 2 is 5. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 is the number of change. You are going through this big transformation. I'm not surprised to see that. All right, so Nurturing Universe. This card encompasses all the aspects of being divinely nurtured. Oh my gosh. Okay, so my left ear just now got this really high-pitched, it's angel sound. Okay, it's a high-pitched ringing that comes in when the angels are here. So you are being nurtured. Stay in contact with spirit, okay? Wow. The energy in this room right now is, the vibration just went up so high. It's beautiful. All right. It calls to allow the full flow of loving energy within you to nurture and support you. This spiraling, healing energy is available to you at all times. It surrounds you and embraces you. That's what's happening here in this room right now. So yes, you are never alone on your journey. You are always supported and cared for. This nurturing feminine energy calls you to her arms. Rest with her for a while. Let her soothe your heart, heal your wounds, and guide you gently and lovingly on your path. I don't know what religion might, but it's that nurturing energy, like of Kuan Yin, of Mother Mary, it's that mother level energy. And here we have, remember, family, friends, and guides. So you're never alone. Even when you're feeling like this, you are not alone. I went through my own really deep transformative experience about 6 years ago. And part of my problem was I felt abandoned and alone in so many ways in my life. My entire life has been like that. And then I knew a couple of things. I knew that this isn't our only lifetime. That was not even a shock to me, but it really hadn't thought about it. And then I knew that I'm not alone. I am so not alone. And in fact, and sometimes I think that's kind of creepy how much spirit is around all the time. Like, there's no privacy. That's what it feels like. Okay, and so then you have number 41, which is actually the picture on the cover. So 41, so you're not alone. And it's nice because when I get stressed out, I think, oh, wait, I can do this. How do I handle this? And I wait for the inspiration, which is one of my guides will give me the idea that I need, and I'm not alone. And when I feel sad or alone, like sometimes, the holidays are rough, and then I go, oh, yeah, but I'm not actually alone, and this is just my human experience, and I chose this to learn something. So what am I learning? And I'm learning that I am more than enough, and I think you're learning that you are more than enough, that you have everything that you need inside of you, and the challenges, and Scorpio, you pick some of the hardest challenges of any of the signs, probably the hardest. You came here to do the deep transformative work, and you're not alone, and you are protected, and you are guided, and now you are on the path of the soul. This is the complete opening of the heart center. Your will and the divine will are merging. This is the next step in the journey to ascension, operating fully from a place of love. Trust each and every step you are guided to take, even if you do not understand it in this moment. There may be times when you feel overwhelmed with all you've been given. You are in full flow with intuitive guidance and creative ideas, tasks, and undertakings. You may experience a mix of emotional and physical occurrences, but know that this is a natural part of the process. And so this compassion card becomes really important. As you go through the ascension process, there are days when it is hard to get out of bed. You're just exhausted. And it's not because you're stressed out or anything. You're like, I'm so tired, right? So make sure you are staying hydrated. Make sure you are eating the best way that you possibly can. If you use a cool mist humidifier, it will actually increase the oxygen flow to your brain, which can help wake you up a little. Get up and go for a walk. Do what you can to stay as energized as you can, but allow yourself to rest when you need to rest, because burning the candle at both ends will physically break you down. And when you need to rest, it's because you're going through this transformative energy and your body's being like reprogrammed in a lot of ways. And so, do what you can to stay as, enough energy level to complete daily tasks, right? But sometimes, honest to God, when I was really, and I'm sure I'll go through this again, but there was recently, this past year, there was like 4 months they were, honest to God, taking a shower wore me out. And so I had to get up early to take my shower so I could take a nap so I could get back up for the day. This just was how it was. And I'm like, this is crazy energy. And then when we hit that 11:11 gateway during your sign, I was like, wow, I'm awake. And I was like, thank God, because that was really rough. And so I feel like this year there is a possibility that you are going to have, when you get to this fragmented energy here in the spring into the summer, because before you get to that new beginning, I think that there might be this sense of exhaustion. Rest. Don't overschedule yourself. Rest. Go lay on a beach. It'll be so good for you. You have peacefulness. You have peacefulness, okay? So, final word from Spirit is, I have a peaceful, tranquil, and untroubled heart. This is where I choose to spend my time. I can bring guests, but any person, thought, or event that brings drama or chaos is not invited. You don't need to bring the drama, right? Walk away from anyone that's the drama, vampires, suckers, My heart is special property, and I'm going to keep it that way so we can all keep enjoying it, and I get my security deposit back. Okay. Compassion for others, yes, but don't let them suck the energy out of you. Protect your energy this year. That energy would show up when we have the vast vista of the universe showing up right before you go through all that loss. I kind of feel like you're going to be struggling to maintain your energy, and that is okay. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest. Stay away from the people that pull your energy out of you. What you intend to manifest, you will. You have the power and the potential. It's going to take courage. I think this is a year of healing, of that final release and letting things go, particularly in June when you get those eclipses happening, and then the new beginning. So be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Be loving to others and kind and gentle, but put your mask on first, right? When you're in an airplane and the pressure drops, you're supposed to put your mask on before you help anyone else. And I think this is a year of putting your mask on first. And then I think by the time you get to the end of the year, you start emerging out of the cocoon, transformed into the beautiful butterfly you came here to be. And so this is an exciting year foundation for you. Super excited for you. Scorpio, you've done such great work, and this looks amazing. So hang in there, take care of yourself. But, wow, I think you're going to get a lot of downloads this year in the spirituality department. That was really intense energy when these cards came out. So, congratulations. You did good work, and just keep on doing it. I will see you in the new year. Happy New Year to you. Go after it. You can do this. You really can. You take care.